we went for debate with APGA, and I said that there's about 6 million telephone users in Anambra State. The governor said it's about 4.6. Then I asked an average Anambrarian how much they spent on telephone every day. It ranges between 1,000 or 500 and 1,000. Then I'm giving a template of 100 naira. So at 100 naira every day for an average Anambrarian, 4.6 million telephone users, that comes to 460 million naira. And then I want to take it back from 460 million at 100 naira to even 400 million. And that gives us 12 billion every month. So you can't be making 12 billion every month from my state, and they are not contributing towards security challenges of my state. So what I'm going to do is that I need to integrate a new innovation, which is a walkie-talkie system and a GSM all in one. Because you can use GSM to call only one person, but you can use a walkie-talkie to network the whole community. And they need to give me a frequency line where every community will have its own independent telephone. And I'm going to use our youths, employ our youths in monitoring the walkie-talkie system. I believe if we network Anambra State, there is no need of armed robber operating or kidnappers. Because before you push a button, the entire community is at alert. That is a prototype. Excuse me. That is what I'm going to use in Anambra State. And I pray that Anambra people will give me opportunity. By the time I implement this structure, it will be a saving grace for not only Anambra State, but for Nigeria. The taxi driver in America is using this system. When you get into any taxi in America, if you need that taxi, if you're looking for any address, the taxi can use his mobile phone to network all the taxis and ask questions, and you spend nothing. So if I have my own line, because like I say, act of war, if we are equal, we negotiate. If they don't want to give me the template, then I will go to integrate our own state telephone company, a CDMA line that has a dual purpose, CDMA and walkie-talkie. It means Anambra State will be generating above 12 billion naira every month. And it's enough for me to solve Anambra insecurity and solve our neighboring state insecurity. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Then I have the second question, sorry.
Just a moment.
The second answer to his question. He said, how do we avert this issue of Boko Haram, insecurity, and Anambrarians being deported into Anambra? The single solution is to our business. If you look at 80% of Anambrarians that are not in Anambra State, what drives them out of Anambra is business. So what we have to do is to put up a concept that will force our people to come into Anambra. You don't need to fight about that, because if people are deporting our brothers because we are causing nuisance to other states, you need to take a challenge. What I want to do is to develop our own state port. River Niger can never be dredged. And I challenge anybody that can ever say River Niger will be dredged. But there is a reason for River Niger. River Niger is meant to provide sand for the rest of our development and water for us to irrigate our farmland in the north. What we are going to do is to create our own internal port, our own port from any of our neighboring states. By the time we create that port, we will generate business, which is the core line of our people, by creating our own inland container terminal in Anambra State. Like NPA in Lagos gives our youths, our traders, 6 days. 6 days.
About 30 seconds more.
Yeah, NPA gives us 6 days. I'm going to integrate 60 days moratorium for anybody bringing his business into Anambra State. By so doing, 30 or 40% of our traders all over the Nigeria will come back to Anambra, and we will make Anambra another Cotonou of this world. Thank you.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, you've also heard him as well. If you have any questions on what his proposal for fighting security or boosting or beefing security will be, please just hold it, because we're about to take a break now. When we return, we'll have more questions. Thank you. Dr. Oba on his solution for security. Can I see any hands up, or do we move on to the next issue? Yes, please.
Good afternoon, audience. My name is Wanya Bernard, the president of Youth in Free Enterprise Nigeria. Please, in the area of job creation, which you...
I'm afraid you have to stay on the issue of security.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He mentioned job creation as his own one of the remedies for security. Okay. And I want to tell you that there is no number of jobs you can create in these states that will be enough for the youths. Thus, entrepreneurship comes to pass because there is only one remedy to stop insecurity in Anambra, and that's to encourage youths into entrepreneurship, and that's one thing you've been trying to do. Now I want to ask you, do you have any master plan for the rising youth entrepreneurs in this state, please?
Okay. Dr. Oba, as much as possible, you have like a minute to answer that because it's already eaten into the next topic.
Well, this is about job creation, and it's a big area because that is one of the bone of contention. Youths, from the day Ifanyoba is being sworn in, I'm going to create a template of employment. One is on local government alone, we are going to employ 10,500 youths within 1 month. And this is just to create a state, a town, a local government industry which the youths will be heading. And it's just about youths. I built the best, I got award for building the best street in Lagos in 2001. In 2011, in Omole Estate, we won the best CDA in our Lagos State. Today in Anambra State, I built the best community road in Anambra State. Better than any road government has built. And I use the youth to develop this road. And it's just interlocking stone type of roads. I believe if I have done it for my community, I can do it better if I'm in government. Using 500 per local government, we are going to increase it to 1,000. But the most important is a practical solution. That is number one, 10,500. So within 1-2 months, we have 10,500 youths off the street by owning their own company, using 30% of the local government revenues to run the road. Because today in Anambra State, we don't know the contractors building our roads. We don't know how many youths they have employed. And the biggest expenditure of government today in Anambra State is road building. And everybody's talking about road. How many of these road builders are from Anambra State? How many people have they employed in Anambra State? If you look at that catchment, you can see we're losing a lot of capital flight from that. And if you give me opportunity, I'm going to give you a straight analysis of how we can put 80,000 youths.
Dr. Oba, I'm afraid your time is up. Just quickly, I don't know if Dr. Ngige has any rebuttal in terms of his own ideas because he was given an opportunity for yours.
My very good friend and junior brothers talked about local government election to go and employ people. That is not entrepreneurship. The question is on entrepreneurship. And that is what I faced when I said I'm going to change the syllabus of the school, secondary school and have technical college for skill acquisition so that you can learn trade, tailoring, carpentry, welding, and what have you. And you train your hands to make money by the youth. Secondly, he was talking about creating an economic base for Anambra State. I am not a lawmaker, but my first time I was in the executive. So I have read the Nigerian Constitution. Today, I'm even part of the restructuring process of that Constitution. You can't build something on nothing. There are restrictive laws of the Federation. There is what you call concurrent list, where a state government can participate with the federal government. There is what is called exclusive federal government list. Telecommunication is there on the exclusive list. You can't go there. You can't even use CDMA. When you get there, they will not give you the license. All banks of telecommunication belong to the federal government or the Federal Republic of Nigeria. You can only get from the telephone companies VAT, which you get from the federation account and take your own portion as a state government. And mark you, in the VAT scheme, there's a percentage aggregation of what you have put into the scheme before you take it back as a percentage.
Dr. Ngige, 30 seconds left.
Secondly, he was talking about the economic base of building ports. You can't go there again. This is a federation. It's not an American federation. In an American federation, there's latitude. The state governor in Atlanta, Georgia, doesn't want to know who is George Bush. He's not getting anything from federal accounts. They only give them grants. They don't want to know who is Obama. They don't go to the White House. The law is presently constituted. You can't do all these things we have talked about. You can't build something on nothing.
Silence, please.